Okay, so here I am with one of my favorite people in the world, Jen Rosen, and we wanted to demonstrate a series of points on the body, which we're going to integrate into a very old meditation called the Microcosmic Orbit. And the beauty of this is it's a wonderful exercise in, first of all, feeling things in the body, using your imagination, making the imagination have traction, meaning that it starts to feel like something real is happening inside of you. You're moving something in with your energy. And then getting it to move places, moving things around and feeling how it moves easier and easier. So those are all things that happen beautifully with the microcosmic orbit. So I said that our two worlds come together and blend in the physical body. And the physical body has a structure. It has organs, it's got places for our eyes and neck, head, limbs. This is no accident. So even though spirit is formless and fluid, our interaction with spirit is organized around centers and certain structures. And that structure is a wonderful thing because it gives us leverage points with which we can work with things. And each of these leverage points, the organs, the tissues, all have not only a physical function, which science has elaborated a lot on, and we use in medicines to work to heal, but they also have a connection to the mind and the connection to the journey of the soul through life. And the places, each of them have certain meanings which are partly dependent on the society and the times that we live in. So some of the meanings we have now are a little different than they were 3,000 years ago, and some of them are exactly the same. So I'm going to start with a few places on the body. So the first thing is the heart. The heart is an important center that we're going to work with. The heart is a great place to start. If we crisscross our hands over the heart, then we are starting in a very important energy center in the body. And the beautiful thing about crisscrossing our hands, remember how we rubbed our hands together, we energized them, they have power, is using our mind's eye, seeing the heart, and feeling our hands in that place with the breath. You can almost begin to feel the energy of those hands in the area of the chest where the heart is. And the other thing about the heart, which is really beautiful, is it beats. It goes lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. And it has a pulse, and your hands can feel that pulse of the heart. Even if they feel nothing else from that heart center, you can feel that pulse. And that means something very cool. There's a dialogue between your hands and your heart. The heart is beating. The hands are projecting energy. They are mirroring each other. And like a laser, that mirroring and projecting of energy with the heart creates more and more force and more awareness of that center. And that process of awareness of that center is something we're going to practice with all the other centers we're going to go through. So obviously the center of the heart is connected to drive, it's connected to love. We all feel that when we have a broken heart. That's all very clear. So the heart's an important organ, and like all of the structure of the physical body, and just to refresh your memory, that our subjective world and our objective world meet in the physical body. And this is where parts of our soul, parts of our journey are going to actually manifest in these organs and places. So going up just a little bit from the heart, a few inches to the place there is where the thymus gland, Thymus, sits. And that has to do with immunity. That's where the so-called T cells are named for, the thymus gland, the T cells of immunity. And that means immunity means discerning what's us and what's not us, putting up a good defense when something that isn't us comes into our system, and then recognizing what is us and what's friendly and forgiving and not doing it. So it's a big center of forgiveness. It's a big center of setting our identification and standing up for ourselves in this part. Going up a little further to the throat area is the thyroid, parathyroid area. It's another very important area. It has to do with where our voice is, and it has to do with our tone, which comes out of there. So when we are in tune with our environment and atonement, we are at one with things. So it's a center of at one-ment. And as you get sensitive, you put your hands there and you'll just feel the radiation of energies that come off of that throat and let go and open up. That dance, remember, between the throat and the hands and the throat is creating something that is very purifying in and of itself. You'll feel the muscles in the throat start to open up and let go. The voice will open up and let go. The breath will become more relaxed. It may tense up first as it wakes up these parts of the body and they realize that they've been out of balance. Have you ever been in the back seat of a very tiny car, and then you get out of the car and it doesn't feel good at all? It has to wake up, and then the tissues do what they need to do to heal